All right, so you landed a manufacturing manager interview. Congrats. That's awesome. We're going to do a deep dive into some common interview questions so you can walk in feeling confident and ready to crush it. Plus, we'll sprinkle in some career insights so you see the bigger picture. It's like your secret weapon, using RoleCatcher's expertise to nail this thing.
You know what's really interesting about these interviews? They're not just looking for someone who knows the technical stuff. They want to see how you think, how you lead, how you handle pressure. It's really about showing them you can run the whole show from raw materials to the final product.
Exactly. And we're going to break down 9 common questions pulled straight from RoleCatcher's interview guide, Manufacturing Manager. We'll figure out what the interviewer really wants how to answer and those pitfalls to avoid so you don't trip up.
And we'll even brainstorm some follow-up questions they might hit you with so you're prepared for anything.
Sounds good. Okay, let's jump right in. Question number 1. What experience do you have in manufacturing management? It seems simple, but what are they actually trying to find out?
It's more than just listing your past jobs. They want to see how deep your experience goes and how it connects to this role. Think of it like connecting the dots for them, showing how your past success translates to them.
Okay, so how do you nail this answer?
Focus on your leadership, your problem-solving skills, your track record of getting things done in manufacturing.
Yeah.
Give solid examples of the impact you've made. Numbers are your friend here.
So instead of I managed a team of 10, it's more like I led a team of 10 that consistently exceeded production targets by 15% or reducing these by 10%. That's way more powerful, right?
Exactly. Now think about those follow-up questions. They might dig into a project you mentioned, asking about the tough parts, how you tackled them, what you learned.
Like they're getting inside your head to see how you approach challenges.
Right. Now let's talk pitfalls. One mistake is being too general. Don't just throw around buzzwords. Be specific. Use those numbers to back up your impact.
And don't forget to connect your experience to this specific job. It's not your whole life story. It's showing why you are the perfect fit for them.
That's where RoleCatcher's AI-powered CV resume builder comes in. It analyzes your stuff and helps you build a resume that's laser-focused on the manufacturing manager role you want.
That's so cool. Okay, on to question 2. How do you ensure that manufacturing processes are efficient and effective? This one's all about making things run like a well-oiled machine, right?
It is. They want to know you're not just maintaining the status quo, but constantly finding ways to improve and optimize things. They're interested in that systematic approach to continuous improvement.
So it's not enough to say, I make things run smoothly. They want to know the how.
Right. They might ask about specific methods like lean manufacturing or Six Sigma. Have you actually used these before?
And for those who don't know, lean manufacturing is about eliminating waste and streamlining processes to be super efficient.
Exactly. And don't be surprised if they ask about your comfort level with data analysis. In today's world, data is king. They want to know if you can use it to find bottlenecks, optimize workflows, and boost efficiency.
So be ready to talk about specific examples. Maybe you found a recurring production delay, use data to pinpoint the cause, streamline the process, and bam, increased output.
Perfect example.
Yeah.
Pitfalls. One mistake is too much theory, not enough practice. You can talk about lean all day, but gotta show how you've applied it.
Another one is claiming you did it all solo. Manufacturing is a team sport. They want to see you understand collaboration.
Exactly. They want to see you can motivate and lead a team to success.
Speaking of leadership, question 3. How do you motivate and lead your team to achieve manufacturing goals? This goes beyond just managing tasks. It's about inspiring and guiding people.
Right. They're trying to get a sense of your leadership style. Are you collaborative, directive? Do you empower your team or are you more hands-on? They want a style that fits their culture.
So how do you showcase your leadership in a way that resonates with them?
Share stories that show your style in action. Maybe a time you rallied the team to meet a crazy deadline, or how you built a culture of continuous improvement. Don't just talk about it, show it.
They'll probably ask follow-ups too. Like a time you motivated a struggling team, or how you handle conflict resolution. They're looking for emotional intelligence and how you deal with people.
Don't fall into those pitfalls, though. One is giving a textbook definition of leadership. Make it personal, show how you embody those qualities through what you've done.
And don't come across as a dictator. While it's good to be decisive, highlight your ability to listen to your team, value their input, and create that collaborative environment. Manufacturing is a team effort, remember.
Before we move on, let me emphasize RoleCatcher's interview practice feature. You can record yourself answering these questions and get AI feedback on how you're doing your body language, everything. It's like a virtual coach to polish your skills.
I love that. Okay, ready for question 4?
Hit me.
How do you ensure that manufacturing operations comply with relevant regulations and standards? This one screams, details matter.
You got it. They want to see you take compliance seriously and that you're proactive about maintaining those standards. No room for vagueness here.
So what's the best way to tackle this?
Show off your knowledge of the rules. Detail how you've implemented compliance procedures in the past. Be specific. Mention actual regulations relevant to their industry and how you made sure things were followed.
They might even ask about specific safety protocols you've put in place or how you stay updated on the latest changes. So do your homework before you walk in that door.
Yeah, be ready to talk about any challenges you faced with compliance and how you overcame them.
What are some common mistakes people make with this one?
Don't just say, I make sure we follow the rules. Give them real examples of what you did and the impact it had. And don't dismiss safety concerns. Highlight your commitment to a safe work environment and your proactive approach to minimizing risks.
Safety first, always. Now here's a snippet from RoleCatcher's sample answer. Compliance with regulations and standards is non-negotiable in my view. In my previous role, I spearheaded the implementation of a specific safety protocol or initiative, which resulted in quantifiable results, such as a reduction in accidents or improved safety ratings.
Don't forget to personalize it with your own experiences and highlight that proactive approach.
Okay, question 5. How do you manage production schedules and ensure that they are met? This sounds like they're testing your organizational skills and how you handle pressure.
That's exactly it. They want to know, can you handle those deadlines? Can you allocate resources efficiently? Can you keep everything moving when things go wrong? Because they will go wrong.
So how do you prove you're a master of time and resources?
Talk about your experience with different scheduling software and how you handle unexpected delays or disruptions. They might ask about your strategy for communicating schedule changes to your team and stakeholders.
Be ready with those specific examples of how you've managed crazy production schedules in the past. Highlight those problem-solving skills and your ability to adapt to changing circumstances.
And watch out for the pitfalls. One is appearing inflexible. While sticking to the schedule is important, show you can adapt and problem solve when those unexpected things pop up.
Don't overpromise either. Be honest about potential challenges and give realistic timelines based on what you know and the resources you have.
Great points. Here's RoleCatcher's sample answer. I utilize a combination of project management tools and lean manufacturing principles to optimize production schedules. For example, in my previous role, I implemented a visual management system that allowed us to track progress in real time and proactively address potential bottlenecks.
Use that as inspiration and tailor it to your own methods and successes. All right, moving on to question 6. How do you ensure that manufacturing processes are safe for employees? This goes beyond just checking boxes. It's about truly caring about their well-being.
Absolutely. They want to know you're actively creating a workplace where everyone feels safe and knows safety is a top priority.
So what are the key points to hit here?
Talk about your experience with safety training, how you identify and address potential hazards, and how you get employees involved in safety initiatives. They might even ask about specific safety incidents you've handled and what you learned from them.
Don't wait for accidents to happen. Be proactive. Anticipate and address those potential risks before they become a problem.
Exactly. One of the biggest pitfalls here is downplaying safety or not recognizing the potential for accidents. Make sure you emphasize that proactive approach to training risk assessment and continuously improving safety protocols. And don't blame employees for accidents. Focus on creating a shared responsibility for safety within the team.
Here's a piece from RoleCatcher sample answer. My approach to safety starts with creating a culture where everyone feels empowered to speak up about potential hazards. I regularly conduct safety training and encourage open communication to ensure that everyone is aware of and adheres to safety protocols. In my previous role, I implemented a near-miss reporting system which allowed us to identify and address potential hazards before they resulted in accidents.
Remember, personalize it. Highlight your own methods and any successful safety initiatives you've led.
Okay, question 7. How do you manage quality control in manufacturing operations? Quality control is obviously huge, but what are they really digging for in your answer?
They want to see you deeply understand quality control methodologies and that you have a system to make sure those standards are always met. It's not just about inspecting the final product, it's about quality every step of the way.
Got it. So how do you show off your expertise?
Talk about your experience with different quality control methods like Six Sigma or lean manufacturing. Six Sigma is all about using data to eliminate defects and reduce variability. And lean, well, we talked about that streamlining things naturally leads to better quality.
Great point. They might ask about how you train employees on quality standards or what you do with defective products. Have those examples ready.
Pitfalls. Don't just focus on the technical stuff. Remember the human element. Quality control is a team effort, so engage your employees. Another pitfall is ignoring continuous improvement. Show them you're willing to learn from mistakes, adapt to new standards, and constantly find ways to do better.
RoleCatcher's sample answer starts like this. I believe that quality control is everyone's responsibility, and I foster this by providing regular training and creating a culture of open communication where employees feel comfortable reporting any quality concerns.
Build on that with your own methods and highlight those successes.
Okay, question number 8. How do you manage inventory levels in manufacturing operations? This one's all about finding that balance right. Enough inventory to meet demand, but not too much to tie up your cash.
Exactly. They want a strategic approach that balances efficiency and cost effectiveness.
What are some key things to address?
Talk about your experience with the different inventory management systems and your approach to forecasting demand, how much you'll need. Explain your strategies for minimizing waste and things becoming obsolete. They might also ask about key inventory metrics like turnover rate and how you use those to make decisions.
Be prepared to discuss specific challenges you've faced, like supply chain issues or demand going up and down and how you handle them.
Watch out for the pitfalls. One is not showing you get the financial side of inventory. Connect your strategy to the company's bottom line. Another is forgetting about collaboration. Inventory management involves sales purchasing, production planning. It's a team effort, so show off those communication and collaboration skills.
Here's a bit from RoleCatcher. I utilize a data-driven approach to inventory management, leveraging historical data and forecasting tools to optimize inventory levels and minimize carrying costs. In my previous role, I implemented a just-in-time inventory system that reduced our inventory holding costs by 15% while ensuring that we had the materials we needed to meet production demands.
Use that as a starting point. Personalize it with your own methods and successes.
And finally, question 9. How do you ensure that manufacturing operations are cost-effective? This feels like the big picture question, tying it all together.
It is. They want to see if you can bring it all together, your leadership, process optimization, safety, quality, and show how you can run a profitable operation.
Okay, so how do you approach this one?
Focus on your overall cost management approach. Talk about specific cost-saving things you've done, how you negotiate with suppliers, strategies for reducing waste and boosting productivity. They might ask about lean manufacturing and how you've used it to save money. Remember, lean isn't just about efficiency, it's also about eliminating unnecessary costs.
Give specific examples of how you've cut costs without hurting quality or employee morale.
Don't make the mistake of just focusing on cutting costs without thinking about the consequences. Emphasize your ability to save money while keeping those standards high and maintaining a positive work environment. And don't forget about data analysis and continuous improvement in cost management. Show off those analytical skills and your willingness to constantly find ways to optimize.
To get you started, here's RoleCatcher. I believe in a holistic approach to cost management where we constantly look for ways to optimize processes, reduce waste, and improve efficiency without compromising quality or employee well-being. In my previous role, I led a cross-functional team that identified and implemented cost-saving measures that resulted in a 10% reduction in our overall operating expenses.
Take that and run with it. Add your own strategies and successes.
Wow, we just covered a lot. But don't stress, you don't need to memorize all this.
That's the beauty of RoleCatcher. They have tons of resources, detailed career guides, interview guides, and those AI-powered tools that can help you make it all your own.
Exactly. Think of RoleCatcher as your secret weapon for acing this interview and navigating your entire manufacturing manager journey. We'll dig into those resources more later. But for now, let's take a quick break and come back ready to explore the bigger picture of the manufacturing manager career path.
Now that you've got a handle on those tricky interview questions, let's shift gears and talk about what it's actually like to be a manufacturing manager.
Yeah, acing the interview is just the first step.
Yeah.
Got to know what you're getting into, the good, the bad, the maybe stressful.
Right. RoleCatcher's Career Guide. Manufacturing Manager breaks it down nicely, starting with the pros. It highlights high earning potential and job stability as major perks, and honestly, those are pretty hard to beat.
For sure.
Yeah.
Especially these days, knowing you've got a stable career path with good earning potential is a huge plus.
But it's not all sunshine and roses. The guide also points out the high level of responsibility and potential for long hours. As a manufacturing manager, you're essentially the conductor of the whole operation.
It's like you're in charge of everything from raw materials coming in to finished products going out. That's a lot of pressure.
It is. And you need to be able to handle that pressure effectively. Think about those times when a critical production deadline is looming or a key piece of equipment malfunctions. You need to think on your feet, make quick decisions, keep the whole operation running smoothly.
Definitely not a job for the faint of heart. But I bet there's a certain thrill that comes with that level of responsibility, knowing that you're the one keeping everything moving forward.
Absolutely. And for those who thrive on challenge and problem solving, it can be incredibly rewarding. But it's also important to acknowledge those potential long hours. Manufacturing often operates on tight schedules, and unexpected issues can pop up at any time requiring your immediate attention.
So work-life balance might be something to really think about.
It is. But keep in mind that this varies from company to company and even from role to role. During your interview, it's a good idea to ask about the company's work-life balance culture and the typical workload for this specific position.
That's a great tip. Always better to go in with realistic expectations. Now let's talk about another thing. The career guide mentions the need to constantly adapt to technological advancements.
This is huge, GE. The manufacturing industry is evolving so fast, driven by things like automation robotics, AI data analytics.
You almost need a crystal ball to keep up with all the changes.
Sometimes it feels that way. The key is to embrace continuous learning. Be curious, stay updated on the latest technologies and trends, and don't be afraid to learn new skills.
And that's where RoleCatcher's resources can be so helpful. They don't just do interview prep. They also have all those career guides and skills guides to help you stay ahead of the curve.
For example, they have a fantastic guide on technology advances in manufacturing. It breaks down those complex topics in a way that's easy to understand. You'll learn about things like predictive maintenance, where AI is used to anticipate equipment failures before they happen, reducing downtime and saving costs.
That's so cool. It's amazing to see how technology is transforming manufacturing. But with all these advancements, it must be tough to know where to focus your learning.
That's where RoleCatcher's AI is so helpful. Their platform can analyze your current skills and experience and recommend specific areas to focus on based on your career goals and what's happening in the industry. It's like having a personalized roadmap for your career.
That's incredible. It takes all the guesswork out and helps you focus on the skills that really matter. Okay, before we move on to RoleCatcher's AI-powered tools, I want to touch on one more interesting section in the career guide. It outlines different career stages for manufacturing managers.
This is really valuable. It shows you that there's not just one straight path in this field. You might start as a production supervisor, then move into a production manager role, eventually leading a team of supervisors, and ultimately overseeing an entire manufacturing plant as a plant manager.
There's so much room for growth and specialization. It's inspiring to see how many different paths you can take.
Exactly. As you prepare for that interview, think about which career stage resonates with you. What are your goals and what steps can you take and you to reach that next level?
RoleCatcher's AI can even give you insights into the skills and experience you need to get to those next levels. It's like having a personal career strategist right in your pocket. Okay, ready to dive into the amazing world of RoleCatcher's AI-powered tools?
Absolutely. Let's explore how these tools can help you not only ace that interview, but also excel throughout your entire manufacturing manager journey.
Okay, so we've covered so much from those tough interview questions to the exciting and sometimes demanding career path of a manufacturing manager.
And throughout it all, we've talked about how RoleCatcher can be your secret weapon, not just for the interview, but for really succeeding in this field.
Right, let's zero in on RoleCatcher's AI-powered tools and how they can really give you that edge. We talked about the CV resume builder and the interview practice feature. Let's break it down how they actually work.
Okay, so imagine you're applying for a bunch of manufacturing manager jobs, each one a little different. Instead of changing your resume by hand for each one, RoleCatcher's AI does the work for you.
It looks at the job description, figures out the skills and experience they want, and then makes your resume highlight those specific things. It's like having a resume expert who knows exactly what each hiring manager is looking for.
Exactly. It's a huge advantage because it helps you stand out from all the other applicants.
Now let's talk about the interview practice feature. This one is so valuable.
I know, right? It's a game changer. You can record yourself answering those common interview questions we talked about. And here's the best part. RoleCatcher's AI gives you feedback on how you're doing your delivery, the content, even your body language. It analyzes your tone of voice, your pacing, your facial expressions, everything.
It's like having a personal interview coach giving you tips and helping you refine your skills.
And remember those sample answers. RoleCatcher's AI doesn't just give you generic stuff. It helps you personalize those answers to fit your own experience and what that specific job is looking for.
So you're not just memorizing answers, you're creating authentic responses that show off your skills and hit all the key points interviewers want.
Exactly. And even after the interview, RoleCatcher's career guides and skills guides keep you updated on what's happening in the industry and help you develop the skills you need to move up. They even give you personalized recommendations based on what you already know.
So it's like having a career mentor who's always there to guide you and help you reach your full potential.
RoleCatcher is the ultimate resource for anyone who wants to excel in manufacturing.
To all those future manufacturing managers out there, as you get ready for that interview, remember that you have a powerful tool in RoleCatcher. Their AI can help you not only get the job, but also build an amazing career. Embrace the challenge, stay curious, never stop learning, and of course visit RoleCatcher to unlock all those resources and empower your journey. Good luck!